What's popping, guys? You got your boy Nandra here, back at it with another video. Now this is going to be the concept games for my soldiers bow, mid-range sword. Now I haven't played that many games of the deck, and I will most likely will have a better, more informed decision after I've actually like played this deck on stream, gotten feedback from viewers, and just like had have more exposure to the deck. Because again, like I said, like this version of the deck is literally just the what I made exactly like 5-10 minutes or whatever when I was spilling myself a little bit. So of course it's not like completely perfect, and there are of course things that we can change, but we of course will change as we get to it and as we figure it out. So I have 3 games, well, like 3.5 games here. Well, not really 3.5 games. Okay, I lied. 4 games. 4 games, but I'm only gonna talk about the shadow game. I'm not actually gonna play the shadow game. So for the shadow game, basically, I opened a curve of 3, 4, 5, with 5 being Soldier's Vow, the 4 being my Apostle, and I even picked up High Seas Hero. All of this is going first, so I kept it going first because I had 10 different 2-drops that I could have drawn, like. Yeah, I'm Burst of Shadow too, so of course, many of these teachers would give, but the key point is that he could not be allowed to, develop a 2-drop. Like, if you develop a 1-drop, sure, that's fine. It's annoying as fuck, but maybe I can deal with it. But of course, I did not pick that up, and in addition to that, he had 1-drop, 2-drop. His 3-drop killed my, his 3-drop killed my 3-drop. Then he played Lady Grey to bring back his 2-drop after I killed the Zealot, and then after that, he did some miraculous stuff that like led to him creating a 5/4 what's it called, Fran's attendant. That was yeah, I don't know, but the point is I got rolled because I couldn't draw 2-drop, and that was like tragic. So these other games, these games are gonna be the games that you guys are gonna like want to care about. So I'm gonna quickly show you guys the deck one more time in case you have not seen it. Now, if you do want to find out, like how all this came together, or like the backstory, the intro to building, of course, I do actually have an intro to building for this, which you can find hopefully in the description of this video down below. Yep. So this is a list. All right. Cool. All right. Into the first game. The first game will of course be versus Rune. Now, because obviously, like I'm gonna go ahead and start with Rune, just because like the Rune thing is obviously like one of the bigger questions. Like, well, how does this fare versus Rune? Now, in my opinion, I think you could do decently well. Now, mind you, this isn't quite like support cannon, where support cannon could like usually just like deal with like giant ass boards, because you had commanders that like would like literally just read the kill 1 creature on summon, which is like crazy. But in my opinion, I think it does decently well, as long as you don't get blown out or anything, or anything like that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and just get started. Now, going second, this is also pretty good too, because obviously, of course, a lot of people would be like, oh, well, when you went first, or obviously you like high rolled, and you by winning the dice roll, that like lets you like win the game or whatever. Not true, and thankfully this game like lets you show that. Now, I believe I go ahead and I keep Chromatic, but I believe I tossed the other 2, or maybe no, I think I should keep Latham for some reason. Yeah, I kept Latham because at the time I didn't. Alright, so at the time of playing, I actually didn't have copies of Servant of Usurpation. Servant of Usurpation was an addition. Literally right after that Shadow game, put it in. Yes, so I'm just keeping this. Now it's also because it was a habit, just because I would do this a lot when I was playing versus Rune with regular mid-range sword, just because regular mid-range sword just like it usually ends up playing this as like Oathless. The other thing you'll see here is I have 2 copies of Admiral Akbar. These are basically how I found spaces for the first servant. I basically just cut Admiral Akbar, aka Lion Admiral. Yeah. So he does some magic missile stuff. I'm like, sure, that's fine. This alright, so this part was also important. So I did actually take Hammer, yeah, I did also take Magnus off of my Chromatic Jewel. Again, you might be wondering why, but my plan is to literally play Magnus on 4 and evolve it. Like, I don't care if I'm evolving into a creature, if I'm evolving into nothing. Nope, I am evolving her always. Why? Because as a 5/6 she demands a lot of resources, and my opponent's gonna have to pull out like a lot of BS to get rid of her. I don't even think he's gonna get rid of her, but I think that he's gonna be really distracted on like trying to on like trying to like finesse into that. But there's no really finessing into that, because I know that literally like there's like one creature they can play. There's exactly like 1 or 2 creatures they can play into me that would kill it, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to play those, because one is Class President Hana, and then the other one is Mysteria Magic Founder. So I'm basically just gambling on that. But the point is I want to be able to play out my Soldier's Vow no matter what. Now I did go ahead and keep this and keep this Ephemera Sword Angel in the back. You might be wondering, but Nandra, why did you do that? Well, I did it because I'm pretty sure, again, that I want to just, use it to remove a creature. As a 3/1, it's gonna die to this deck. It's gonna die to this deck. That's always gonna happen. But if you use it as a removal piece, cool. Then like it actually serves its purpose. It actually goes like 1 for 1 and does something possibly meaningful. Now here, it's ironic because here it just kills off the Owen, which isn't actually that meaningful. It's just I don't want to get poked. I don't want to get poked in the face. So here he full passes his turn 4. I'm like, oh yikes. So that's amazing, right? So I just go ahead and just play the Magnus here again. We make the pre-evolve, because like when he passed, I was like super afraid that oh maybe he's just maybe he's just the like a list that just does happen to be playing Magic Founder. Now if he was, that'd be Monka S, but if he was not, then it was good. Now so here we see him just Magic Missile on my face, and that's like sure. Alright, now this turn 5. So I'm now basically allowed to play my Soldier's Vow, and you can look and you can see that, oh well, next turn I have Iron Fist Beast Warrior coming up. That's a really strong turn, because Iron Fist Beast Warrior does pull Zeta, as long as I don't actually pull this, as long as I don't actually like draw Zeta, or for some reason or whatever, it will pull Zeta, and that's great because you suddenly have a 4/6 and a 6/5 has Rush. This 4/6 also pulls an additional card. So 4/6, draw 2 cards, reduce the cost of one of the cards by 2. And then of course you go ahead and you evolving. It's just a lot. It's just so many stats and so many things going on. That's amazing. Now here I go ahead and play the Soldier's Vow. Now again, this is one of the side benefits of the whole Hemera thing, because now he is never going to want to Stratford Blade this if he's playing it. Yes, some Runecraft players do actually play Stratford Blade, which I believe he drops it here. But of course he doesn't clear the amulet. He clears the creature because he's afraid. He's like the Hemera's just big. Now I do of course just pop off and just go and drop the Beast Warrior here to again pull cards from my deck and just keep popping off. Yep. Unfortunately for me, I do actually ironically pull a Zeta as I pull another Zeta. So that's really funny. But yeah, my opponent just concedes immediately once this happens, because it's too much. It's too many stats all at once. He is not prepared. He's not prepared for the majesty of this lion and this Zeta, and it's like yikes. So after that game, I was like, hey, we about to get a poppin'. Now obviously, as you know, said joy was immediately deflated right after I lost the Shadow game. But of course, we kept it moving just because I really think that this deck is a pretty strong contender, and if it's not annoying for people to face now, it definitely will be at some point. So next is the not the Shadow game, it's this Blood game. Now most times for Blood, I believe people will be playing either. Well, I'm pretty sure that the hype for Handbuff Blood has died for now. So right now, I believe most people will be playing Dark Beastbat, and if they're not, they're playing some Monka S. Yeah, just Monka S. Alright. So for this Blood game, let's see. I believe I'm going for it. No, okay, I'm actually still going second. That's good. Again, like I said. If I can prove to you that the deck works well when it's going second, then that means it must work even better going first. Especially because with how many go first type things I have in the deck, such as for example High Seas Admiral, Zealot of Usurpation, what else? Chromatic Duel, things like that. As well as also I guess technically the Soldier's Vow, because with Soldier's Vow if you play it on 5, if you play it on 5 going first, it's really hard for your opponent to punish you because you should have guaranteed had board. Whereas going second, it's a little bit more shaky. Now here I do pick up the Usurping Spine Blade, and that's fine. I pick up High Seas Hero. Like, now the Usurping Spine Blade is actually super good in this matchup, especially going second, because yeah, if he plays creatures, I want to be able to kill them before he can start a snowball. Now again, that's an Alexandria demon, so in my mind, I'm immediately thinking, oh, okay, well, he's Dark Beast bad, and that's okay. Because again, we picked up 2 Spine Blades, or sorry, basically, we picked up all of our creatures that I can like kill things later, and that's okay. Now here, I could have just dropped the Spine Blade, which would have been probably pretty fine. Because honestly, if I were to like pick up Elu's Mia next turn, I would have to discard a real card to get my thing instead of just discarding the treasure, because I'm not gonna need the treasure most likely, unless it's like a heal treasure, in which case like anecdotally yes. Now here, when my opponent played Thanni, I'm like, oh my god, why am I not playing Octrice? Because now at this point, I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but it's okay, we gonna be chilling with it. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well this guy's Jerry, like he has to be Jerry. There's no other explanation. Now, thankfully, this deck can in fact body Jerry decks, and that's great. Now here, when he plays the Shining Bell range, I'm like, okay, he is definitely Jerry now. Like, my body's ready for this. Now here, I thankfully top deck Elu's Mia. I'm going to go ahead and describe my High Seas Hero. Again, like I said, the High Seas Hero, it doesn't actually really mean that much to me when it's actually in the hand. If it's in the deck, yeah, it matters. But if it's in the hand, not really that much. Now, I do actually pick up my Soldier's Vow. Now, mind you, I was very favored to get it. Like, it was a 75% chance to get it. Because I only had the 1 Spine Blade and then the 3 Soldier's Vow. Now, I do go ahead and just drop the treasure here. Again, similar to the Magnus thing from last game. Like, a 5-6 year, sorry, once creatures leave like once creatures hit like 5 HP, 6 HP, they are really hard and really annoying to kill. Until my opponent played Glassbrand Demon. Now, for those of you who don't know what Glassbrand Demon is, it's a 2 mana enhanced 5, gain +3/+3, and then either heal your opponent for 2, or sorry, and then either heal yourself for 2 or deal 2, based off whether or not you're in vengeance or not. So it's basically a giant big bitch. And so here he has the 7/2 in play. I'm like, oh my god, how am I gonna kill that? I mean, I can kill it, but the question is like, how am I gonna win after I kill it? So right now I'm just like, it doesn't matter. You can smack me for 7 if you want. You can smack me for 7 if you want. You can play whatever it is you want to play. But this Soldier's Vow is here. This Soldier's Vow is now. So I go ahead and just drop it again. For those of you who have been watching the channel for a while, you'll know I do crazy stuff like this all the time. It's just a thing. Just because right now my HP is at 20. Like, if I'm at 20, like, how is he gonna deal 13 damage from hand next turn? He's not. Like, he's not, and we know he's not. Additionally, I have Cavalier plus Zealot. Cavalier plus Zealot is +3 healing, which is amazing. Oh, sorry, I lied. +3 healing. Because you play this, it pulls this from the deck, you would evolve this, you would get 2 knights. Yeah, it's a +3 healing. And that's great, it's amazing. I also have the Spine Blade as well, so this way I don't have to suicide any units if I don't want to, and I can just kill 2 small units and make a board of my own. And just once I do it that time, I can keep doing it from there. Additionally, and this part's also important. Additionally, I have Sky Commander Celia here. Now, when I play Sky Commander Celia for her actual like 5 play point cost, that will actually pull Apostle of Usurpation from the deck, and I will actually have at least 1 treasure to use with it. So that's kind of cool. It's not really that big of a deal, but it is a thing that can happen. That's like amazing. So here we just gonna see him just like play an Alexandrite Demon, and then go ahead and play Rackham Airship Pilot. Now when he played Rackham Airship Pilot, I was like, but what? Why? But anyway, doesn't really matter. The point is we're about to get popping once more. So we can go ahead and just get treasure here. So we're just gonna Spine Blade that. We go ahead and we pick up a Gilded Blade. So we'll go ahead and just make double trades and go ahead and just heal for 3. So we've already undone literally his entire turn this turn, and then half his turn the turn before. And again, the Soldier's Vow is here. I have a commander I can play. I have more commanders in the deck. I have 2 treasure plus the Apostle in case he like pops off and does anything scary. Like, I'm pretty sure the game is over at this point, and like we just gonna be chilling. So he plays out the. I'm sorry about that. So he plays another rack. I'm like, is this take 2? Like, when did I come to take 2? Anyway, so here I pick up another Frontline. Now, again, at this point, I hadn't actually realized or thought about the whole Celia like interaction or whatever. I was also not quite sure how this would work. Like, if I play Storm Celia here, like, do my creatures bounce first and then I get it? Do my creatures not bounce and I don't get it? You know, I wasn't quite sure how it was gonna work. So I just go ahead and just, you know, make some safe plays, because at this point, like, I kind of just know that, like, you know, I'm not gonna die at this point. Like, it's impossible. So I just go ahead and play Zeta. I just have the Zeta attack. I go ahead and I trade. I go ahead and I trade with my knight. Then go ahead and drop the Gilded Blade on it, which is like perfectly okay. And I just go ahead and go face here for 5. Now, this turn does seem pretty subpar overall, because all they really did was just, you know, get a Zeta, and that's like A. But there's still two things to remember. One, if he's playing a control deck, Soldier's Bell will shit on him. Like straight up, no lie, no cap. Soldier's Bell will absolutely just demolish him if he's playing some kind of weird control deck. 2, if he's playing any other deck, I still have healing from this. I have healing from this now in the back, because again, this time when I play this, they should heal me for about 4 or so, because I can go ahead and play this, go ahead and grab the knight, trade the knight, I can go ahead and play this, grab this guy, play it, kill a creature, play this guy from hand, trade into another unit if I want to, then go ahead and evolve and trade into a third unit, all in the back while, you know, getting 2 treasures to hand, healing for 2, making some knights, making some plays, making some dough, collecting some wins. And it's just, you know, life is good right now. So we go ahead and see him drop the Razor Claw here. I honestly, I'm guessing he just like didn't have the Razor Claw in hand before, but yeah, he should have just dropped it the previous turn if he had it. I'm not really sure what was going on there. Anyway, quick anecdote though. When I saw that he was on 8 mana and I hadn't actually been doing anything, I had like weird like nostalgic PTSD flashbacks to Spawn of the Abyss. I was like, oh, thank God Spawn of the Abyss is just not a card in rotation right now, because he would have played it and I would have died to Emerald or something like that off on turn 9. That would have been Monka S. Anyway, so here we go and see me play the Chromatic Duel. Now the Chromatic Duel again under Soldier's Battle on 8. This is nutty, because you get so many creatures at once. Like you get 4 creatures, which is perfect because you're playing a Magnus, so you just get to go ahead and just, you know, Magnus up the board, and life is gravy for you, right? Life is just gravy. So we go ahead and we make the trades here. Yep. I'm fine entering this one, because like I quite literally do not care if it lives or dies, because I literally haven't played like these 3 cards in like 8 years. I'll probably never have to play up this. Never have to play at this. I'll probably play this at some point. But basically, the game is essentially over right now, because there's not really anything you can play that would like clear this, or so I thought, until my man played out the Young Calamity Bringer. I'm like, oh, what does? But he is in fact just dead, because he played it out. He wasn't in Vengeance, and of course he wasn't able to land the snipe either, so he's actually just dead on board before I even play anything. But he was actually dead from the hand there, so it's just. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly all of what happened there. It was just, well, that was kind of a fun game, so I figured I would go ahead and show it to you guys. Now, the third game. This game is the game that I think matters the most. Well, matters more than the other 2 games. Now, obviously, yes, again, the Runecraft game does matter, because it's a straight that this is a potential contender for dealing with Runecraft. But this Havencraft game, this one matters the most. One, because it's the longest game out of the 3 of them, edging out, I think, at like 14 turns? No, 14 is a little bit high, I think. About like 12 or 13 or so, I don't remember. And also because it's versus another decently top tier deck, and that Holy Lion. Now, Holy Lion is honestly, it's supposed to be favored in this matchup, and it probably is, and would have been had my opponent not been trolling, and had he actually like high rolled and also just, you know, made good plays overall. But enough about that. Let's just, you know, get right on to the game. So, versus Holy Lion, I believe this is actually the one game I go first, I think. Okay, well, I lied. 1 second again. Yeah. So, the second I realize he's Haven, I know it's going to be one of 2 things. He's either going to be playing Holy Lion, or he's going to be playing Midrange Ektar. Yes, that's right, I said Midrange Ektar. I do plan to talk about that as well, because I do think that's another possible potential contender for dealing with Runecraft. Okay, so I believe I keep yeah, almost his entire hand. I literally keep the Lyria just because like the last time that I didn't keep removal versus Haven, who was going first, they randomly played Goblin, and yeah, that's a story for another day. But the point is, I lost that game for some reason. Anyway, so when he plays out the Steel Tome on 1, that thus confirms that he is in fact Holy Lion, because generally speaking, either Holy Lion or Seraph are the ones that are going to play it out. But even if I didn't know for sure, I definitely know now. So yeah. Alright, so here I have 2 different Illus Mia in my hand. Now this is great, only because alright, so at the moment, me getting Soldier's Bow off the top is basically a 50-50 right now. Like, I don't actually know if I'm gonna get for sure. Like, I'm literally either gonna get, you know, it, or I'm gonna get Usurping Spineblade. Now, the nice thing is that if I break the first one, I can still just do it again the next turn, like, and then have a 60% chance to get it, and you know, and just, you know, keep it moving. Now, if I get it, he's unlikely to be playing Seraphic Blade, so that's great. So I can just go ahead and just, you know, pop off and just start stomping. But there's a chance that, you know, it might not work. Now here he starts, you know, temping up lines and whatnot, and that's okay. So I go ahead and I just I believe I ditched the High Seas. Okay, actually I lied. I actually ditched the Disciple, or not Disciple. I actually just ditched the Serpent. I ditched the Serpent, I believe, and kept High Seas Hero only because High Seas Hero can actually evolve over the Holy Lion of Salvation. If Holy Lion of Salvation for some reason would have like a lot of HP, like if it has like 5 HP or yeah, if it has exactly 5 to 6 HP, I can evolve over with this, which is a nice breakpoint kind of thing that I thought was like kind of relevant. So I was like, okay, sure, let's do it. Now here he plays Prism Swing, and that's okay. For some reason, he decides to go face and tries to race me. I'm not dealing that little damage in direct comparison to him, so I didn't really think that this was like okay. This was like an okay thing for him to do, but that's just me. Honestly, I could and should have just, you know, said, hey, like, you trying to race with me, buddy? Let me just go ahead and, you know, evolve face here. But that's such a bad play, especially because, you know, this is supposed to be like, you know, highlighting Soldier's Bow and everything. So I was like, okay, let me just go, you know, be actually responsible about this, and try to dig for my Soldier's Bow. I don't find it, and I'm like, yikes, that's just yikes. So I just go ahead and just, you know, do this, go ahead and go face here for 3 more, and now I'm suddenly winning the race, and that's great. I have 2 creatures that are kind of annoying in play. By the way, side note, you actually should probably try to play the Chromatic Duel here, only because you've drawn like a few cards now. You've drawn like 3 extra cards from your deck, or yeah, 3 extra cards from your deck, as well as like from your natural draw. So you do have a slight Bopsy potential chance to draw Soldier's Vow. Now it's off the top. Now it's not high. It's only 10%. But if you somehow, you know, get like you win the 10%, you would be able to on turn 6 go option that you take from Chromatic Duel, which will most likely be Hemra, because you'll definitely be behind on the board. Also because like he's playing Haven, so they have a lot of not damage removals. So you'd be able to go Hemra plus Spine Blade and just remove 3 creatures, which is really, really nice. But I don't do it, again, partially because I'm not thinking about it, also because I'm like kind of tilted now, because in my mind I'm just like, oh god, I've like definitely lost this game now, because alright, so turn 5 versus this deck was like the only time I was gonna be able to play, because it's gonna be ideal. Now he does drop the Seraphic Blade here randomly. I'm like, okay, I'm like, but you could have just traded. It was perfectly fine for you to trade, but yeah, no, he decided he wanted damage, he wanted it now, so okay. Yeah, so this turn I pick up Aether, but I just go ahead and just drop double Spine Blade here. I can't play the Aether this turn because the Aether is actually going to pick me up, what's her face? It's going to actually pick me up Zeta, so I can't actually do that this turn, even though it is better. Now I do pick up 2 Gilded Blades. I'm like, oh, well, I'm probably never going to need these either. Okay then. So that's like kind of awkward here. Now he does play out a White Diamond and then just like holds the Lion. Now I do think he probably should just like play the Lion, but I'm not really sure, you know, what was going on for him, so I'm just like, okay, that's fine. I just go ahead and play out my Apostle here. I play out Apostle, pink face, and then I go ahead and just Goblet up my face. Now I do this and even pre-evolve here because I don't want him to be able to play anything he wants to play out for free. Like I want him to have pressure, because now I'm basically just like switching gears. I'm just like gonna go ahead and play like a regular, or try to play like a regular like mid-range sword player, because I'm just basically aiming to just like break his back this turn, and then like play Latham 2 turns from now, and just, you know, try to pop off that. Now we do see him go ahead and burn his last evolve on this Holy Lion to go ahead and just trade into the Latham. So I know now that my creature's getting scriptured, but that's okay. It's okay, because, you know, again, like I said, we burnt some removal from him. We burned an evolve. That's great. All of these things are great. Now we do actually pick up the Soldier's Vow, and I immediately don't even question it. You don't question it at all. You just slam it on 7. You just slam it on 7. Now there is like obviously, you know, two turns past the past like when I wanted to slam it down, but again, the Soldier's Vow is here, the Soldier's Vow is now. I go ahead and I also excel the Latham here, and I might be wondering, but Nandra, why did you excel the Latham? Well, I excelled the Latham literally because I don't need this one. Like literally, at some point, I'm going to play Aether. The Aether is just gonna pick me up another Latham anyway. But what I do need, I need Knights, because what are these lines? These lines are 4/4s. As 4/4s, it does kind of make it kind of awkward for me, because my most of the removal I have right now deals 3. This does 3. Chimera does 3. So I need these Knights to help me gang up and suicide into these guys, if I can get lucky. Now he did just draw 3 cards, so I'm expecting him to have more Lion Crystals to play. So he does go ahead and play Prism Swing here. Now here, this part was a mistake, I think. Honestly, he, like, why are you playing this? Like, or not as in a, oh, why is this in your deck, but as in a, for what reason would you have to not just like slam the Holy Lion Crystal? There's absolutely no reason, like, because you're not, I don't know. Like, basically, the point is that, like, I'm, like, kind of tilted by the fact that he did that, because it's really bad play, unless you're just, you know, trying to break enhance, because you picked up another raw Holy Lion Crystal, so you can just, you know, play out 2 crystals. But other than that, there was no reason for him to make that play. It was not a good play. Like, I don't know. But it did happen to cuck me there, so it was, like, kind of funny. Anyway, here, I'm just gonna play up the Chromatic Jewel. Again, like I said, the Chromatic Jewel was always a play here. I'm gonna play up the Chimera. The Chimera will go ahead and pick me up the Zealot. That's great. So I go ahead and trade here. I pick up Blade. Pick up the Blade actually mattered so much, because it basically switched up what I could do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and well, it didn't switch it up that much, but it did switch it up, because I did still have a full clear no matter what. But yeah, so now I go ahead and play Elismia, but I can go ahead and just, you know, dig for my Latham, pull it from the deck, Blade, trade. Oh yeah, Blade. Trade, Blade, evolve. Yeah, easy. Because now I suddenly have the board. I have 4 creatures, and I am in fact like threatening lethal. Because if I can trade off one of these and then play Celia, oof, he just died. So this is basically like the beginning of the end for my opponent here. Because basically like he kind of like played himself into a corner. But yeah, so he drops Themis here. I'm like, okay, sure, that's fine. Like, he plays another white diamond. I'm like, okay, sure. But you see how him for whatever reason, and I still don't understand why he didn't do it, but how him for whatever reason just like choosing to not just, you know, play the Lion Crystal here is about to like mess him up, because now, like, I'm in the driver's seat now. I'm in the driver's seat. I have 3 different chimeras I can play, and they're all gonna be very good. So I guess go ahead and go for that enhanced 9 Iron Fist Beast Warrior. So whatever card it picks me up will be a 0 cost. I'm hoping, you know, it maybe picks me up a Latham or something like that. But that's fine. It doesn't pick me up Latham. It does pick me up Aether, which will of course pull the last Latham from my deck, which is nice because, you know, drawing cards is amazing, right? So I go ahead and just, you know, again, there's another board. This board threatens to kill him as well. Life is good. Life is good. Life is grand. But he drops a second Themis. So I'm like, oh my, are you kidding me? He then also drops another Temple of the Holy Lion. Now this part was big. So he couldn't just kill me right this turn because he was missing board space because he actually played out the white diamond trying to look for crystals. But now the next time he will definitely kill me. So here I go ahead and I play Iron Fist Beast Warrior. And thankfully, I get it, and it picks you up Veteran Cavalier. Sorry, not Veteran Cavalier. I'm sorry, Frontline Cavalier. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I botched that. But anyway, it picks me up that, which then pulls me this from the deck. So now I'm at 13. So I am in fact edge creeping right now, and 3 lions will not kill me because he's board space locked and can't produce a 4th lion this turn. And again, because he can't produce a 4th lion this turn, this means I can just make another crazy ass play and just hope to God that will work. But I've drawn so many cards now that should be fine. Now we see him go ahead and just drop a lion, drop the Ektar. Now this Ektar play was so bad, like I don't know, man. But yeah, he drops the Ektar play. He goes space for some reason, and then trades. But you see how, yeah, like he's literally dead on board because he did that. Like that's almost exact lethal. Yeah, I don't. Or sorry, that is actually exact lethal. Yeah, I don't know why he just didn't trade. I don't know what to say, chat. Like I don't know. But that was the thing that happened there, and we are in fact able to take it. And I didn't remember exactly, or I forgot. I kind of forgot to look at the timestamp, or not turn duration or whatever. But we were able to take it. That was a pretty decently long game. But yeah, like we got shit popping. We got shit popping, and that was pretty good. Like very very fun game for me to have played. Just because it was kind of on the edge. It also showcased something like that I felt was like kind of important. What happens when you don't play the Soldier's Vow? Well, when you don't play the Soldier's Vow, you look at the rest of your deck. You realize they're actually playing good cards, which is something that that sword card has kind of a has like a trademark on, and you just play the mid range game, which is a very very big thing because like your mid range cards are well pretty good. Like literally like the only like quote unquote bad card is like High Seas Hero and maybe like Ephemera, like and literally Ephemera is only bad like only because you're almost guaranteed to have a board S sword in some way, shape, or fashion. But even when she's bad, like bad in the sense of she's more or less a removable spell, but like you can still just play her as a 3/1 onto the board and just to be like and just look menacing, and that's cool. But yeah. So this is the deck. Go ahead and try it out if you're feeling like it. And just give me feedback because I would definitely like to hear. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think about Soldier's Vow down in the comments below.